Welcome back to Let's Do More Good. Today we're making beef tenderloin tacos. Beef tenderloins can be intimidating, but you really don't have to be intimidated by them. A lot of this you can even just do with your fingers. If you're willing to do a little bit of this work yourself, you can save almost 50% or even sometimes more on a beef tenderloin by buying it whole. So you kind of start with your fingers, do as much as you can, and then have a nice boning knife. We're going to cut off that silver skin. Don't want any of that. And you don't have to waste this here. Okay, this is not waste. There's a lot of good meat in there. Any of this fat that's kind of sticking off, just get all that off. And then right here. There we go. That's a really good chunk of meat there. This is, it's tenderloin. It's not from the main loin there, but super tender, great meat. So we'll trim that up. You can take this and cook it, slice it, cook it, turn it into steaks, whatever you want. Okay, then we want to take off this silver skin here. You don't want that. Just kind of slide your knife in there, under there as best you can. Just be patient and kind of work your way. And this is why a trimmed tenderloin at the store costs about twice as much, because you got to pay for the labor to do this. But if you're willing to do it yourself, it's not hard, only takes a couple of minutes, then you can save a good bit of money. And I don't mind doing it myself. I'd rather save the literally 80 bucks. Okay, there we go. We got our whole tenderloin. We got it trimmed up. We got kind of the two pieces here. And you can do a lot with this, but what we're going to do is we're going to slice these up like into steaks. To do something like that, you really want a good sized knife. Shout out to my friend who bought me these Victorinox knives the other day. These things are great. And I was using a fillet knife to trim up a bunch of steak, and he's like, that's painful to watch. So he bought me these, and these are super nice. I found out a lot of chefs use these because of the quality, good quality, but they're not way overpriced or anything like that. The grips are nice. These are solid. So when you're cutting a steak, you really want a good size one. This is a 10-inch. And the reason why you want a good size is because you don't want to be like hacking at it and having to start over. You want it to be one clean slice. So for instance, right here, you would start here, you'd go down that way and then come back and finish. So you get one clean slice like that. So, you go down, back. Beautiful. So we're just going to do that a few times. And that's how you get nice little tenderloin medallions, some filet mignon. So I'm going to do these a little bit thinner because today we're making steak tenderloin tacos. Get you some. Okay, tacos. So I'm cutting these into strips. Okay. So now we're going to season these up. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil, just kind of drizzle it on there. I'm going to toss and turn it here in a second. We're going to take a lime, squeeze that, and then we're going to take some Meat Church's Dia de la Fajita seasoning. Day of the Fajita. And I'm telling you, today is the day of the fajita. Just kind of liberally sprinkle this on here. And tenderloin is very tender, porous, so it takes seasoning pretty quickly. You don't need to marinate these for a long time, especially if you're doing like a liquid marinade or something like that. I don't know who would do that, but if you were, you'll need to be careful and not let it sit on there too long. That should be good. And next we're going to take these and we're going to go throw them on the Blackstone, fry them up, fajita style. Oh yeah. So now it's time to tempura fry all of these thin sliced jalapenos that we made earlier. I'm going to start, I just put them in water just to kind of store them. I'm wearing gloves. Dealing with jalapenos, you don't want to forget later and wipe your eyes. Take some flour and batter. Just a few scoops. This is not a measuring scoop. It's just convenient to reach in there and grab it. So, and just a little bit of cornstarch. Doesn't take much. This, we're just gonna spread it out because we're gonna throw jalapenos in there. But this, we need to mix. We want some cold water. You need cold water for tempura batter, so a little bit of water. It's all right if some of the ice cubes get in there. We are going to take these jalapenos, we're gonna throw them in this flour here, and just, you know, it's gonna kind of coat them a little bit. And then they're gonna go in our batter. And then they're gonna go in the oil. Pro tip, get you a gallon baggie, a little bit of flour, throw them in there, and just toss them around. You can tell, look at that, perfectly coated jalapeno slices. Look at that, that's beautiful. We're gonna take this over here to our oil. We're gonna start dipping, and then straight from here into hot oil. I'm just gonna do a quick little dunk like that. Straight in. Straight in. And these will cook fast. Look at that, gorgeous. Okay, so we just pulled these out, season them up with just a little bit of salt, just a sprinkle. That's good. You can just eat that. That's a meal. Wow, delicious. Now it's time for the sauce. We are making a peach mango habanero sauce. It'll be like a sweet, kind of tangy sauce that'll go on top of the fajitas. It'll give it a really nice bite. So, habanero, we're just gonna slice this up into little chunks, nothing crazy. Now let's take it to the stove. So, to make the sauce, literally, we're just gonna start with some jelly. This is a mango peach preserve. We're gonna just take this and just put it in a pot, little saucepan. And then we're gonna throw in our habanero. And then finally, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Not much, just a little bit. I can smell that. It's got some spice to it. A little sweet heat. Okay, we're gonna let that continue to cook down and all those flavors infuse and homogenize. And then, but we're gonna keep stirring it. We don't want it to burn, but it's on low heat. And then we're gonna come back and filter it. So we've cleaned out our jar. We're gonna pour it back into the jar. We're gonna filter this out so we don't have all these chunks and we get a nice smooth sauce. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Now we have a nice smooth sauce. That's the consistency we were looking for. This smells just amazing. Oh yeah. Handmade tortillas are better, but this is the closest thing you can get at the store. These are uncooked tortillas. They're usually in the refrigerated section, but they do have to be cooked. So something like this, you just throw them on there. If you can find a way to get handmade tortillas, do it. We don't really have any place like that around here, but this is the closest thing to that. It really makes a difference when they're cooked fresh than just the things that you buy on the shelf out in the middle of the store. Oh yeah. You're wondering why these are just chilling out over here. My wife likes meat extra well done. So I'm gonna burn a few pieces for her, even though it breaks my heart to do it. It makes her happy, so I do it anyway. Look at that, beautiful. Ooh, nice and hot.
Oh, look at that.
If you don't do a towel, they'll start to get soggy from the moisture, but towel keeps them dry. This is my favorite part. Let's build a taco. Let's build a couple tacos. Start with the meat. We're gonna get some nice strips, and these are not little tiny chunks. These are big, beautiful strips of tenderloin. Okay, next, we're gonna take some of these crispy jalapenos that we fried up, tempura style. We're gonna load those on there. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, then we're gonna take just some blue cheese. I know you may not be a blue cheese fan, but just a few crumbles on there. And the sauce is gonna help tone that down a little bit and just provide a nice contrast to the bite of the blue cheese, just that sweet and spice. Now, you just, a little bit of this peach mango habanero sauce that we made. It's gonna have that sweet southern heat. Mm. Thank you, Jesus. Wow, it was one of the best fajitas I've ever had in my life. I actually got this idea from the best fajita I'd ever had in my life. Was this little hole-in-the-wall restaurant out in Phoenix, Arizona. And ever since I had their fajitas, I was like, I'm gonna do that at home. And here we go. This is amazing. The bite of the blue cheese with the sweet and the heat from the sauce, the crunch of the jalapeños, and then just that tender, juicy steak with a fresh tortilla. Can't beat it. If you ever get the chance to try this, you should. This is unbelievable. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Let's Do More Good. Give me a